Welcome back, viewers, to Let's Play SimCity 4. Well, right off the bat, I want to apologize for the last episode. I was mumbling a lot. You could still hear me with your volume levels pumped up, but it wasn't as good as it should have been. It was just because my housemates were in the other room. Usually I have the whole upstairs to myself, as I do right now, so it shouldn't be a problem in the future. Yeah, there's one other thing. As you can see, I zoned quite a bit more than I had here in the last episode. I was actually playing and talking for 20 minutes right now, but it seems I accidentally tapped the recording button to off a few seconds after I started. So we are going to just have to live with this here because I already saved. It was only 20 minutes of work. It wasn't the fastest I've done either. It's always fairly slow going when you have a lot of diagonal streets. But I do think this area turned out well. This is pretty much the core of East Lake Steilacoom, the mostly residential district of the town. Still a bit to do, but I think we have some neighborhoods with character here. Maybe could do some more parks. In fact, that's something that we could do right off the bat. Where though? I got it. I'm thinking a nice soccer field fits perfectly. A little bit of brick lying there, but you see that in real life, right? At least around sports fields built in hilly urban areas. Could also use a couple basketball courts any day of the week. We'll have them right here, just off the avenue. 3, so everybody can play at once. Just have really empty space there. Nobody wants the kids playing basketball right outside the bedroom window at 2 a.m., right? Yeah. So I think I'll continue zoning out to the east edge of the map here, and then we'll turn the time on right away. No more dilly-dallying. That last episode, by the way, was still all on pause, as you can probably tell. Whoops. Road over to there too. Curvy road connecting these areas. Hopefully this isn't too much space in the middle. Well, I know it's a little too much, but you know what I mean. It's not completely ridiculous. Yeah, we can even continue this straight through the avenue. Try to force the people into using our arterials over here. Try not to let do the street to anything else. Alright. This looks like a pretty good spot for a softball field right next to the soccer field. Fits perfectly. Always looks a bit silly to see sports fields surrounded by houses like that instead of roads, but yeah. You could say it's the Sim Nation style. Whoop, oops, didn't mean to press that. Thank God there was no crash. Speaking of which, yeah, I got in a quick save there. Oh. Hopefully this should be plenty efficient for our purposes. I really wish the diagonal avenues would be more cooperative with my zones. It'd be a little bit frustrating. Yeah. I have no idea why I want to do that almost every time. But I do know that the Sims will appreciate a couple of tennis courts that I put in right here. You know what? I think there's a pretty good chance that a little store or bank might have moved right there in the middle of the suburb. And I think we're at the point where we can support a couple of services, like a small modern library. Just along this road here. And that's better. Perfect. Maybe we could place our health now too. The same clinic as last time, why not? Funding something more reasonable. Yeah, we'll do that away. Great. Maybe some big houses on this avenue. So that helps things. Hopefully this should all be plenty. Plenty here, I mean. These would be great terrace mansions, hopefully. That is annoying. If anybody knows why the zones turn so unpredictably next to diagonals, then please tell me. I'm curious, just for the sake of not knowing. I think I'm going to continue that. Just so on the region view transportation map, it looks like it hooks up to something. Of course, it probably never will. Have the houses facing each other where we can. And that is excellent. So, it's time to turn on the time. I just say it right there, by the way. That's the reason the screen needs to touch. But before we turn on the time, let's place down a little train station for our people. See if that makes them want to move in any better. Oh, and actually, there's one more thing too. I want this city to have buses from the start, and it's always easier to do that before your zones are built up. So yeah, we're gonna start out with these avenue bus stops. Again, as in Patapilas, I'm just gonna try to be pretty rough with where I place them. I know that's not the best method, but I've always seemed to get good results out of it. Not necessarily lots of people using the buses, but enough. Seems safe to put one there. One here, and one there. How about there? One there. All the way up here. And here, and here. Right. Some road bus stops too. Seems like a fair placement. That as well. There as well. And there. I mean, that almost takes the cake. There's a bus stop there. How's about here? Here. And there. So now let's build some street bus stops where we can. Thing about diagonal roadways, really doesn't make the bus stops any easier. Here's a good place, it looks like. Or a good enough place at least. And another road bus stop. Quite a bit of overlap there, but looks like it could be used quite a bit too. That should be safe. If things go the way I want at least. Here as well, that's totally safe. There. There. And here. Ooh, that's really not too useful there. Bus stop goes fine there though, close enough to the center. A little bit of overlap, but yeah, we don't need that. Oh no! Looks like this did not work after all. Shame. Let's move the one up. One down there. Another here. Could use the bus stop here. And over there. Looks like unsuitable grade for construction. And that sure is nonsense. But we can deal, I guess. Oops. Didn't mean to destroy that one. Perfect. And we'll have a bus stop around here. And how about here? Hopefully those are close enough to service that train station. And there's one more type of bus stops that I like to place. If I can find them. There they are. We'll have one right there. One right there. One right here. And one right here. And that ought to do us well for a moment. Yep. Wonder why these ones look different. Subway stations, I knew it. Well, let's fix those up really quick. I like how when they're placed on relatively flat terrain, they fix the interrupted road on their own. And let's finally get around to starting the time. See how the people like the city we built them. Oh, I did save recently. I've been meaning to get rid of that save alarm. I actually remember pretty consistently on my own to save. And ooh, it looks like the development even might be getting rid of these trees along the highway. Oh well. Stuff like that dies over time in real life as well. Must be removed. Meanwhile, we can try to plant some trees around this area. Lake Steilacoom. It'll be like an urban park for Lake Steilacoom. Or at least the people who are brave enough to jump across the train tracks. Not that that's dangerous. Oh well, especially dangerous. Well, we don't need water. Jeez. Already we have traffic. How many people did we get? 14,000. That was quite a few zones we laid. That's what happens when you have the discipline to keep the pause turned on for a while. You get an actually, I don't know. I don't think it looks bad, you know, for a cheap place. Seems like we do quite a bit of medium wealth did move in. Can't say I like the look of this too much, but we'll see how it turns out in a while. It's not that I don't like these buildings, I'm just not sure it was what we were going for here. Anyway, well, I'm happy with the way that works out. So for a final act, before we finish for the episode, that was a save, by the way, since I knew I was going to zoom out. I think we'll place down the schools for this town. So we seem to have unlocked the decently sized ones. There, that'll work fine. And the large high school. Yes. That will work fine. Let's see if we get immediate redevelopment because of that. Sure enough. Rich people flooding in. Well, I really do like how it's looking. Anyway, see you next time on Let's Play SimCity 4, and we'll really take the city to the next level.